Guys. Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. I'm Haley and this is Joe, and we are going to talk about horrible Raw last night. Really, really bad Raw. It was funny because they acted like this was going to be such a big Raw and everything like that. That was the rumors, and they were going to play a huge angle, and the huge angle obviously was three guys getting fired, which was really, I mean, everyone knows they're going to be back. Maybe newer fans didn't get it, or like obviously the kids, but everyone else pretty much knows it's storyline purposes, and it's not really anything like. I guess they thought we were going to react way more stronger than what we did to it, but it was pointless. I didn't care for it at all. Hmm?
I thought those were awkward, the final segment. I didn't see it live. I caught it on YouTube after I got out of work. I thought it was very awkward the way it played out. And I'll state my opinions on the superstars involved with the angle as we go forward. But this is a general opinion. Awkward from Cena's facial expressions to the other guys.
Yeah,
To the
Xena
crowd.
was just really. My brother just kept saying how priceless his face was that whole segment because he was just like so like confused and like I don't know, it was weird. His whole facial expressions were just weird.
He didn't know how to sell it. No one knew how to sell it. And you're taking at least two of the three guys who were involved in the firing angle who had tremendous momentum, and I'll talk about that more throughout the broadcast. And I feel like you're really taking a risk and ramming them into a brick wall and tarnishing any momentum these two individuals had, and maybe the other one as well. So we'll get into that, but I really didn't like it. I thought it was a bad idea. It was stupid, and it's going to cause a lot of negative backlash, whether people are smart marks or don't know what's going on. Either way, I think it leaves a sour taste. It left a real sour taste in my mouth. Obviously, I know what's going on with it, but still,
Yeah.
I was not a fan.
I mean, I guess it's to prepare Triple H and Sting for WrestleMania because that is supposedly that's like the match right now. Like they completely agreed, Sting agreed to it, Triple H, and that's what they are playing out for the either the main event or whatever, at least one of the main events at WrestleMania.
I don't think it'll close the show, but I think it'll be one of the main events. And I do feel like that is best for business, quote unquote, to do Sting versus Hunter. He already started the angle at Survivor Series. Obviously, I was kind of hoping Sting would appear last night based on everything.
Yeah, he was supposed to. I don't know what the hell happened. Like nothing happened. Nothing remotely
Yeah.
good. They just had a whole bunch of throwaway matches. They turned some person, obviously Wade heel back again, and now since Paige is on Total Diva, she's back as a face now all of a sudden. It's
Oh,
so random. It's just like just because they're on Total Divas, they have to, and if they're nice and they get along with people, they have to automatically be a face, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
well, I don't know if she's necessarily being a face. I'll talk more about that when the Diva segment comes
Yeah,
up.
I mean, she still has her character, but that's what's so good about it. Like, they had a character for her that she could obviously be a heel or she can still be a face. So that's what I like about her character. I'm
No,
just happy they're using her now.
she's like Jericho in that sense. Not to compare her to like a male or anything like
Hmm.
she's like a Jericho or an Edge.
Well,
Where
that's a
she's got.
compliment, actually. I think it's a compliment.
Oh, I don't see where it's not. I think she's got that personality where she can play either role pretty well. So, I mean, that's only going to help her going forward. But, I mean, there's a lot of superstars momentum who are hurt. I thought Paige did okay. I will say, just in closing on Sting and Triple H, like I said, I do think that's best for business, and I would much rather see that than Sting and Undertaker at this point. And that's even with the Bray Wyatt Undertaker rumors. I don't want to see Undertaker wrestling anymore, period. But that's
Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to make Bray look really good, and I think it's going to be an interesting storyline, but mm,
The only way I'll like it if it's a straight retirement angle, and that's maybe why they're trying to make Bray look so strong, and we'll get into that. Talk about the him and Dean match forward. But that's my only hope is if it's a straight retirement match. Because if there's not a retirement angle attached to it, I'm not interested.
yeah. Alrighty, opening promo. Pretty much, John Cena comes out, well, he's actually already out to the ring, and everyone, I do want to talk about someone who was out there, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But everyone was out there, the girls were kind of like around ringside, and Fandango was over there, and then like the other guys were in the ring with John Cena. He was saying that he wants to, apologize to his coworkers and everything like that. And I noticed that the bunny hasn't been on lately, and I noticed that Darren Young is right
Yep.
in front of Adam Rose. And I just started laughing. I was just like, seriously? So I don't know if they're going to play that out to where he comes back, but it's just funny because he is there, obviously, so who knows?
Yeah, I feel like at this point they've scrapped the bunny angle. They've almost done it in the same sense that they did with the Bella twins, where they just kind of threw out the angle. At this point, I don't totally hate that, even though it would have been nice to get a reveal. At least it's not going to be like Sammy or someone from NXT, and they're totally going to be ruined by this bunny angle. So I'd rather have it die a slow death than ruin Sami Zayn or another credible NXT guy. I will say that.
Definitely. And he, kind of apologizes and everything, and all that good stuff. And so then the Authority comes out, and they were just like, oh, we're going to have a John Cena appreciation night and everything like that. And then Seth comes out, and they make a new main event for Royal Rumble, and obviously now it's a triple threat, which I think was a smart idea. I know a lot of people are like, it's pointless because he's Money in the Bank, but I'm just like, well, I think he's going to make the match better than just plain Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, because I can already kind of see what they're going to do. I kind of do wish that Seth would cash in at WrestleMania, but it looks now like he's definitely going to cash in at Royal Rumble. He's going to lose, and then either John Cena's going to get pinned, probably John Cena's going to get pinned, or I don't know, they could have John Cena win, and then obviously Seth cash in, and obviously, boom, be the new champion. But the only thing I have a problem with this is he's going to have a really short reign. But
well, if he carries the belt into WrestleMania, that's a very important position to be in. And I hope they at least let him hold it. If they do the angle, me and you are thinking they might do at Royal Rumble, at least let him hold it. At this point, I'd just do Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins.
That would be awesome. I think everyone would mark out about that. That would be like the best. Seriously.
It would continue the Authority reign with Daniel Bryan. It would put Bryan in a good position to succeed.
And Bryan never lost the title, so you might as well give it back to him.
Exactly. So, and clearly, with everything that's going on with Punk and UFC, I have this gut feeling that they want that belt off Lesnar and off him fast, especially with the rumors that he's probably going to leave after Mania. So, what they can probably do is have Cena win the match, get his 16th title, Brock flips out, F5s him, walks out, and Seth's sitting there with that Money in the Bank. Oh, shit, wait a minute. I still have a chance here. Match is over. Seth cashes in. Royal Rumble. Your new WWE World. And the man deserves it. He's been the top heel on WWE television since June. And at this point, I'd rather the belt go on a heel that's going to be there every week. And the other thing, make the media appearances going into WrestleMania. Do you really want to have the belt on Lesnar when you know he hates doing media appearances going into WrestleMania 31? I don't know if I'd do that. Maybe I'd just do Roman versus Brock in a non-title at this point. Just do it.
Yeah, it's funny because they didn't even know what they were going to do with Brock Lesnar. This was like a week ago. They were talking about it in his contract, and they were like, I don't know if he's going to lose it at Royal Rumble or if he's going to lose it at WrestleMania. But to me, and they also kind of talked about the Seth thing too. They said that even though he's added to the match, they don't know for sure if they're going to still have him cash in. And I go, well, why the hell have him in the match if he's not going to cash in? It's just like, when are you going to have another fake, cash in and act like he's going to? And then, I guess they could do that, but they're still kind of deciding on if they want him to cash in at Royal Rumble and WrestleMania too, so that's still not decided. And they still haven't decided Brock Lesnar, so I guess it's up to his contract and what's going to go and who's going to actually win the Rumble and all that stuff. So everything's pretty much floating up in the midair right now. So
it does seem like they've had him appear more recently. 2 out of 3 Raws he appeared, not counted last week. Yesterday. So it almost seems like they're trying to get those appearances out the way, so that, like they don't have to worry about them. So the way it's going, would I have preferred Brock to hold the title to WrestleMania to culminate the beating Undertaker storyline with Roman or Bryan or Ziggler or somebody beating him and getting that rub? Certainly. But at this point, what's best for business may be putting the belt on Rollins. He's certainly got the heat as the top heel. He would do a credible job with it. He'd be there at the house shows, at all the important events. He'd be at the media events. He's doing a bunch of interviews. So I feel like it would be smart. Seth's worked hard, and it would make a statement, too, going into 2015 that the WWE is willing to let these younger guys grab the goddamn brass ring. And at this point, in 2015, I think Lesnar's included in the old fart bunch at this point. Cena, Orton, and whoever else you want to throw in there, Batista, even Triple H, so it's time for the freshness. For 2015, I want to see freshness in World Wrestling Entertainment. I would like to see 5 to 6 individuals from NXT not only debut, but ascend to at least the mid-card level by WrestleMania 32. That's Sami Zayn, Hideo Itami, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor. Obviously the Ascension's already up. Charlotte, all those guys. And I know you don't like Neville, but Neville as well. I would like all of them to have some kind of credible role, not Mighty Mouse, but a credible role on television going forward. And I would like to see, little by little, get rid of Kane. I think we're done with Mark Henry finally, which is good. Big Show doing commentary last week. Maybe you can stick him on commentary or something just to give him something to do. Speaking of commentary, I did think that Booker being on commentary was probably one of the few bright spots of Raw, despite him clearly having a cold or something that made his voice sound even more raspier than usual. It was quite refreshing having a new voice on there as opposed to the 3 knuckleheads phoning it in every week. I'm okay if it's going to be Booker, JBL, and Cole going forward. I would certainly be okay with that. No disrespect to King. I just think enough is enough.
He has the same thing that Brock Lesnar had with the colon thing. He needs to leave. And even if I did like him, I would still say that he needs to leave. He already had a heart attack, and now he's having problems with his colon, and he's just having all these sorts of health problems. It's just put someone else on commentary. Put Booker T, put Renee, put, Alex Riley, someone,
Or somebody, seriously.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Or your
they
boy.
They could have had Josh Matthews, but they fucked that up.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Or your boy from NXT, the one that retired. Now he's there. I think he's got potential.
Don't remind me. I'm so upset about that.
No, he's good talking.
He's seriously my favorite. He seriously was my favorite. I liked him more than Sami Zayn. And it really, really pissed me off. Like, I was getting worried that he had 2 concussions right in a row, but I never thought he was going to retire. I cried my eyes out. I'm not going to even lie.
A lot of people thought he was going to be the next Punk. It's unfortunate the injuries caught up with him, but I credit the company for at least giving him an opportunity to do something within the business.
Yeah.
That I will.
Yeah. Yeah, they said they didn't want him to go anywhere. They were like, oh, he's going to stay in WWE even if he can't wrestle. That's what they said, so I'm glad about that.
But one last note in the commentary before I know you want to move on. Like I said, I really thought Booker being there, despite him being a little under the weather, I thought he almost forced JBL and Cole to up their game, because it seemed like Booker was taking it very serious, being on the pre-show panels all this time. He hasn't been on commentary since SmackDown a couple years ago. Maybe he's looking at it like, all right, here's an opportunity for me, and I think Booker provides a fresh take on things. And it seems like he's killed the old Fab Five and Shucky Ducky and all the old stuff he used to say. And good for him. He's growing as an announcer. That's great.
Yeah, I think he'll be there for at least a few more weeks anyways, since who knows if Jerry's going to be back. And if he is going to be back, he's not going to be back for a while, for at least a few months, I would think.
Jerry's just too stubborn for his own good. He's already a Hall of Famer. Like, why not, once in a while they could trot him out, like Roddy Piper, and do an interview. I actually liked the interview he did with Ziggler last week. We'll get to that in a minute. But I'd rather see him, once in a while pop up and do an interview. Commentary, no more. Like, JBL's trying to be 90s king anyway. Then he got stale king. So you got 2 kings. It's just not working. Now you got an actual king, King Booker. So here we go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I hate King Booker.
Then they made Dolph Ziggler versus Bad News Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship, and I was just like, what? I go, what happened to Wade Barrett being a face? Like, was that just a 1 week thing? Like, did he complain, saying because he obviously doesn't like being a face? Like, what the hell happened there? Or are they really desperate on heels right now, which they technically are? And so maybe that's why. I feel like they do have a little too many baby faces that are obviously in the bigger upper, mid card and stuff like that. But so obviously, Bad News Barrett is now heel again, and Dolph Ziggler obviously won, and we thought, he was obviously fine and everything. Then Kane obviously comes out and says it's a 2 out of 3 falls match, and Wade beats him twice, and obviously becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. Now, my problem with this is I love Bad News Barrett, and I thought this was cool because he never really lost the title and everything like that. But the problem is Dolph's had the title 3 times in the past 3 months. That's not good. Like, this title is getting flip-flopped so much that it's almost like you don't even want to care about it anymore. It has no, I mean, why should we care about it if they're just going to keep flip-flopping it every freaking month? It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I hope now that if they really are going to put this on Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett, I think that they need to have him have it for at least 6 months, because this is getting ridiculous. And what's up with Dolph Ziggler now? They give him a push, and now they're like gonna kill him now. And obviously, I think this whole thing was for this angle, obviously, that happened later on tonight. I think that's the only reason why they took the title off of him and put it on Bad News Barrett. Because if they did it, if they weren't going to do this angle, I'm sure Dolph wasn't going to obviously lose it. But we don't know how long he's going to be gone for. We don't know if the storyline's going to be like a month or two, if he's going to be back next week, whatever. But obviously that was for why they made him lose it anyways. So I guess the storyline for made sense, but it just
Ziggler's character than the title. But I will start my rant by this. You're right in your assessment of the booking of the Intercontinental Championship. Since Wade Barrett has relinquished it back in July, let's see here. You had Miz, Ziggler, Luke, Ziggler. It's getting a bit redundant. And look, and here's where I'm getting from the storyline aspect. They had been planting seeds, and even with the promo that he had with King last week with Dolph Ziggler, and the interview they had with Michael Cole on .com and the app and YouTube a few weeks ago. I don't know if you saw that. That was actually a good interview as well. They were starting to build up this idea of, is 2015 going to be Ziggler's year? Is Ziggler going to be, and this is their quotes, the man in 2015? So, and they were starting to build this storyline with him getting the title back from Luke of okay, hey, we lost, he won it back, but you're developing the storyline for Dolph that he is always going to beat the odds. Yeah, I mean, no matter how much they stack the odds. They have Luke Harper getting heat on him, hitting him with 5 finishers at the beginning of the match. He friggin' overcomes the odds. He hits him with 2 super kicks, channeling his inner Young Buck. Shout out to you indie fans out there to get that reference. And, I really thought Ziggler's work and his promos, and it's not necessarily him losing the title. It's everything that they did with him tonight, including the firing angle. But it took so much steam out of me seeing him lose. I had no problem with them having Barrett be heel. I had no problem with him getting the Intercontinental title shot. He had never lost it to begin with. No problem. I even thought the little pushing and shoving and shit-talking in the ring before the match started with Barrett and Ziggler was really good. It made it look like, all right, here's 2 guys who really want it. I like that. Then, he wins the first fall. Uncle Kane comes out, adds the 2 out of 3 fall stipulation. He goes over in the second fall with Wasteland, which I haven't even seen him go over with since the next line. I mean, so he gets a fall victory with that, which I'm thinking all right, they're gonna build up Ziggler's hot comeback. Here we go, stacking the odds. Ziggler's gonna defy him again, and he hits the bull hammer and he drops him 1, 2, 3. So it's I felt like that moment, even without the firing angle, kind of flushed the momentum for Ziggler down the toilet. And it's Bryan's back now. Now they got the Superman. Notice all the Superman references at Reigns, and I'll get into that when we get to Reigns. So now we're going to make Reigns look like Superman and, guys, especially Ryback and Ziggler, who had so much momentum, especially recently, the both of them, who have been through so much fucking shit with this goddamn fucking company, pulling the rugs out of both of them so many times, and, like, to be faced with this angle, I don't see where the payoff is. Usually, as a wrestling purist, I can see, all right, they're doing this, but where's the payoff? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, they're taking the title off Daniel Bryan. Oh, come back healthier, win the Royal Rumble, or something. I mean, I can see the payoff. I can't see the payoff here. I really can't. What are they going to do with Ziggler to get his revenge? Like, what, are they going to bring back the NWO with a Nexus and fucking have this invasion angle or something? This is stupid. And like, what, we got a faction with Erick Rowan, Ziggler, and Ryback? I don't like that either. They all need to stand on their own at this point.
People are saying he's going to turn heel. Dolph Ziggler. They're saying that he's going to be the one to turn on Cena and turn heel.
He's gonna blame Cena. I already see where they're going with this. He's gonna blame Cena, and now he's the ready-made put Cena over guy at WrestleMania. Whoopity-doo! That's Ziggler's moment, putting over John Cena at WrestleMania. Fuck that! I don't know if you can see it, but that's clearly where they're going. He's gonna turn heel. They can't, God forbid they friggin' make Cena look heel. He looks like the biggest condescending piece of shit ever with the last few angles with him barely coming out to save Edge until it was too late, and he had to bring back the Authority. And then all the shenanigans of even him being the leader and rallying everybody in the ring. Like, fuck you. Ziggler should be the fucking leader. He's the one who got the pin to get rid of the Authority in the fucking first place. You're a fucking loser, Cena. Go break your fucking record and get off our fucking television and go fuck Nikki Bella for the rest of your life, for all I care. Enough. It's 2015. Do you realize showing all the vignettes that they did for Cena Appreciation Night? It's been 10 years since he won his first heavyweight title against JBL. That was 2005, WrestleMania 2005. 10 years ago. 10 years after Hogan won his first belt, like, he was in WCW. He wasn't even there anymore. Like 10 fucking years of this shit. Enough already. I know I sound like a fucking whiny crybaby mark, and I don't hate John Cena. It's the company. It's not John Cena, the human being. Stupid shit for brains company and their lack of friggin' foresight. I mean, this would have been the perfect storyline to turn Cena heel in, especially with his little condescending promos and his stupid derp face at the end. It would have been great to feed this. People don't want to hate Ziggler. People do want to hate Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
One of them is going to turn heel, and the thing is I highly doubt it's going to be Ryback because they just turned him face, and Erick Rowan, they just turned face too, so.
No, I agree with that. I agree exactly what you're saying. It's set up for Cena versus Ziggler at Mania, because Cena needs a big match at Mania, and, brother, it can't be face versus face, brother. You know what I mean? Unless he actually does the job, like he should have done for Bray Wyatt last year. Unless he actually does the job for Ziggler, I don't see where I'm into this.
Yeah. It's just stupid.
Yep. Exactly. Cena's going to kill Ziggler's momentum again. For what was this, like the third or fourth time Ziggler's got hot and ran right into the brick wall known as Cena?
Yeah.
You know, I was actually listening to an interview, not to keep my rant going, I was actually listening to an interview with Dean Ambrose, of all people, on Talk is Jericho. It aired a few weeks ago while I was listening to it tonight. And even he said, I don't know if you heard the interview, even he said, at one point, lose my voice here, at one point, they wanted Cena to kill the Shield in a match with the usual typical bullshit. And they all fought, you know, Dean and all three of them went in there and said, no, if we do this now, we're just like everyone else. We have no problem putting him over when the time is right. But if we do this now, and that's how I feel about Ziggler right now.
Yeah. They just want everyone to make John Cena look good, and it's just like John Cena already looks good. He does not need to be put over, you know?
This fucking company, I'm telling you. I am not in a good mood about this, Raw. I don't know if you can tell that.
I definitely want to talk about this. The Ascension versus local talent. I'm hearing a lot of hate for the Ascension right now. And I'm just like, they've only been here for 2 weeks so far. And they're already saying that, like, oh, they're stupid. They're, you know, they were good in NXT, now they suck. I go, guys, they've only been here for 2 weeks. They're not going to get a title shot their first week here. Calm down. Like, seriously. They're freaking out, and they're saying that they're wannabes and everything, and, you know, I've seen a whole bunch of memes up, and it's just like, seriously, like, this is just ridiculous. Like, they've only been here for 2 weeks on the main roster. You know, they have to build them up first before they're actually going to give them a title shot, you know. Of course they're not going to, like, look like, oh, my God, like, they're going to just start beating everybody, you know. Of course they're going to start them off with beating local jobbers and everything like they do with pretty much everybody when they debut. You know, it's just like...
Fair. Like, let's look at Ryback a couple years ago. I don't remember a lot of people getting fed local jobbers, but certain guys do. Ryback was the perfect example. And he got really hot, and they ended up elevating him too fast because Cena got hurt in the camp. So, I have no problem with the Ascension beating local talent. I actually like their promo because everybody's comparing them to LOD and not only but Demolition as well, the two teams from the 90s, Demolition and LOD. Which I can see some comparisons, but they're also international, and they have a separate little vibe with the kind of Egyptian shit and everything. And obviously, the Ascension started, you know, and you know this, you've watched NXT. For me, I've had to catch up. You know, they started as like a brood type of gimmick with more than 2 people. So they've evolved into this kind of LOD role. I like the fact that they're heels. I thought that them booking them as faces against Miz and Mizdow was absolutely stupid. I wouldn't have even had them go over on Miz and Mizdow. I wouldn't have fed Miz and Mizdow to them at all. I would have started them with, like, Los Matadors or someone like, or Slater Gator or someone like that. I wouldn't have started them. Because now, I understand what you're saying. The fans are like, oh, no. They beat the former tag team champions without the tag team champions even getting a rematch at the titles. And now they're being fed. They did it ass backwards. They should have.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand having a big debut. Why not against Los Matadors? Why not against Slater Gator? There's put over tag teams there. You had to do it against Miz and Miz now with this half face, half heel, really over team. You probably shouldn't have even lost the belts anyway, but that's a whole different argument. I'm not going to get riled up over that because I don't hate the Usos, but it is what it is. I just think they botched it with that. So now people are like, oh, they beat the former champs. Oh, they're saying they're better than LOD. That's good that they're saying that. They need to be heels and spit that in people's faces because people are like, oh, they're LOD ripoffs. No, they're not. They look like kind of, but they're not.
They have completely different look to them. Well, I wouldn't say look, but just like they do completely different things in the ring, and it's just because, I mean, there's always going to be, like, wrestlers that are similar, obviously, to other wrestlers in every single way, you know? You're not going to, like, get a brand new wrestler. I mean, it's kind of hard since there's been so many different gimmicks and everything like that. You're going to have a little bit of something, you know, in some of these wrestlers. It's just like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns versus Big Show. Ugh. I thought this was supposed to happen at Royal Rumble, but I guess obviously since they're going to both probably be in the Royal Rumble match, I guess it's just probably like they wanted to kill this angle out now, which was smart, I guess. It wasn't a good match, to tell you the truth.
They haven't had good chemistry at all.
And obviously Roman getting the win like usual. Superman, obviously. That's pretty much it. Just to get him obviously strong for if he still does win the Royal Rumble. There is different things. They're still trying to say that he's not ready when he isn't. People are still getting too mad, too, about some of the memes I'm posting about Roman Reigns. They're funny. I can't help it. Did you see the Mike one I posted?
I saw that, too.
I can't help it. It's just too funny. People just keep posting them to my timeline and everything. They're like, Haley, check this out. And everything. Carl Klein, you know, he's one of my good buddies. He keeps doing it. And it's just so funny because I have to post them. It's just like, it's not, I mean, yeah, I don't like him, but it's the truth. It's funny.
It is the truth. And you know I like Roman. I think Roman has an aura to him. I've said that from the beginning. However, when you're related to the fucking Rock and you have that legacy to live up to, and they're billing you like the next big fucking thing, and you can't talk your way out of a wet paper bag, his promo this week was blatantly ripping off Superman. Everything about it. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Can leap single bound into a single bound. Everything, not one original thought, just completely ripping Superman's promo from him. Like, granted, wrestlers have done certain things. Punk used to say it's clobbering time, like the Hulk when he's got. He didn't completely rip off the Hulk. He just made that a part of his entrance. Like, it wasn't like CM Punk was a Hulk character, but like, it's to me. First, everybody can get hit in the mouth, which maybe not as many people caught on it as I was. That's a Mike Tyson line. So again, he's stealing a line from someone else, the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson. I don't think a lot of wrestling fans caught that. I did. So I was willing to look past that, considering not a lot of wrestling fans of today would be able to get a Mike Tyson reference from the 90s. But really, if you're a superhero fan at all, like, even if you don't watch Superman, you've probably heard that promo, faster than a speeding bullet. It's complete and blatant ripoff. Like, people want to go nuts over Finn Balor painting himself like Carnage, but you completely rip off Superman's promo to the T? Have an original fucking thought. Like, at least The Rock's promos, whether you like them or not, they're original.
He is funny. I have to admit, he is very funny and he is very entertaining. He does make me laugh. I can't stand him, and when I laugh, I get mad, but he is funny.
They're original. A lot of times, and I'll say this, and you'll probably agree with me when I say this, a lot of times Rock's promos are usually about either food or women, and he just kind of has funny ones. You can tell us two favorite things in the world, food and women. That's fine, but he makes it work. I wish more people would be able to take concepts and make original promos. You're literally ripping off one of the most famous superhero lines of all time. Like,
I'm wondering if, like, WWE creative team is telling him to do this, like, until he actually gets better on the mic. Like, maybe they're probably writing his shit for him and stuff like that, saying, okay, use this.
To the T they are. And it's typical Hollywood writers that don't have an original freaking thought in their brain, and you see it with half the remakes of movies and everything else that comes out in Hollywood. You have 20-some-odd Hollywood writers when you should have 5 wrestling writers. And all they can think of is, oh, here's Adrian Neville, he's got a straw, let's turn him into Mighty Mouse. Oh, here's Roman Reigns, he does the Superman punch. That's a move from MMA! Legit move, Superman punch. Have no problem with him using it. I thought that was one of the best things about Roman. But now they're just going to make him Superman, which Cena's kind of already had that unofficial term for the longest time. They're just going to rip that off from Cena, put it on him, and give him the exact same promo that fucking Superman was cutting? Oh my god. What's next? You're going to dress up Sting like his Joker friggin' ripoff from TNA and have him be why so serious? Oh, this is so stupid. I'm sorry, Roman. I love you. I really do. I'm Facebook friends with your father. I shout out to the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika. But, bro, the promo, rip them up like CM Punk used to do. And even if you say 3 words, make those 3 words be your own 3 words. Be original. And this goes to any young aspiring wrestlers out there who need to work on promos. Be original.
It's the same thing, too, with Seth. Like, I don't know if you ever really seen some of his promos in ROH. They were bad. And I just, like, watching some of them, and they were just like, oh, Seth, why would you say something like that? They're like, they're not good. But at least his were, original thoughts. He was trying to think of what to say and everything like that. And that's why I do think Seth is a better heel, because he can think of way better promos to say. And I think that goes for most wrestlers, too. It's way easier to be a heel. When you're a face, it's kind of hard to cut promos.
I agree. When you're a heel, you can hold the palm crowd, you can swerve the crowd, you can do all kinds of things. I thought Bryan did a great job of serving the crowd with a babyface promo last week, but it's not an easy thing to do. It's an art form. And I gave Bryan a lot of credit. People used to say he couldn't talk.
I still don't really agree with that. I mean, I don't think he's the best talker in the world, but I definitely don't think he's horrible.
Well, again, and tying it in with Seth, Ring of Honor has never been known as a company that puts on great promos. They've had guys who can talk, CM Punk, Colt Cabana. They brought in guys like...
it's all wrestling based. Like, yeah, I have to notice that. Like, none of the promos are really, like, amazing.
No, they're strictly, they let the action speak for itself. They have matches with 1,000 false finishes. And, a match like you saw with Ziggler and Luke Harper a couple weeks ago was very reminiscent of a Ring of Honor style match with all the false finishes and a little bit of no-selling. But it makes it look like more of an athletic endeavor. That's what Ring of Honor is known for, putting on great matches. They've never been known for great promos. They've had, again, occasionally they'll bring in a good guy who can cut promos. Colt Cabana, CM Punk, Raven, just to name a few, and that's all old stuff. Kevin Steen, as a semi-recent reference. Adam Cole, all pretty good promo cutters. But not everybody, Matt Hardy actually did a great job cutting promos, but obviously he was a vet. So,
Austin Aries, one of my favorites.
When he was in ROH, he was not a great a great promo cutter. He grew into that in TNA.
Well, I watched his later stuff in Ring of Honor. I didn't really watch his really early stuff, so I still think he's a really good talker, though.
Well, I love A-Double. I'm a big fan. I wouldn't say anything bad about him. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, in Ring of Honor, like you see it with Cesaro, some of these guys would come out of there. You really gotta do it for yourself, and that's the thing. Like you get yourself over there, and that's what I like about it. And Steen, Steen taught himself how to be this character, or Owens, or whatever you want to call him. So that's kind of the thing. You either have it or you don't. And Ring of Honor is not going to dress you up with written promos. They won't. They will not do that.
Yeah. Natalya versus Paige. Or no, I'm sorry, Natalya versus Nikki Bella. And then Paige comes out after, kind of before the match started. And I was just like, what's Paige doing out here and everything like that? I'm just like, is she going to... And I actually thought she was going to turn on Natalya. I thought she was actually going to help Nikki and Brie. I don't know if you've seen this. That's what I thought. I didn't think she was actually going to be a face, but she actually helped her, and I guess they turned her back as a face, and she still has, obviously, her character. She's still kind of that kind of crazy, lovey-dovey, kind of a little bit lesbianish, I guess you could say, hugging Natalya and everything like that, blowing kisses and everything like that. So, I mean, and she's still saying, this is my house. So she's still got that anti-diva into her, too. So she's, she still really hasn't changed her character. It's just, who the people she actually likes now, I guess. It's pretty much. But,
I like the usage of Paige in this.
And we lost Joe. But yeah, Paige, I'm really happy that they're actually using her. It makes me very happy that I actually got to see her and everything, because she has not been on in weeks. And it really scared me, because I was just like, what's going to happen with Paige? What are they doing? Obviously, they wanted to wait. Now that she's on Total Divas, got back with season 3 Sunday. So obviously, now that she's on Total Divas now, maybe they're going to use her more, because, that's their whole thing. After when Total Divas is on, they like to put kind of the whatever's happening on the show into matches. I've noticed, obviously, they do that and everything. So maybe that's why maybe Paige is going to obviously show up more. So,
I feel like they shouldn't have even turned Paige heel in the first place. The only reason why they did, and you had mentioned this in previous videos, was to keep AJ Lee face. Now it seems like...
Bad idea.
Yeah, agreed. It seems like AJ Lee's off our television. She's making more appearances with Punk at UFC events, including this past Saturday. So that's fine. I'm okay with it at this point. Again, going back to the Ziggler point, the crowd doesn't want to hate Paige. Let's go back to Christmas with the Troops a few weeks ago. Who's the only two divas they even cared about in that match? Paige and maybe Emma? Maybe? I mean, again, with the divas, they want to start seeing fresh faces. And the Bellas and Natalya, it's just the same old shit. So I actually like the pairing with Natalya. I feel like this is going to push Natalya a little bit. Because here's a character that has, not to say balls, but Paige got some way bumps. I mean, she was bumping when she was a friggin' infant in her mom's womb, goddammit. I mean, her and obviously they both come from wrestling families, her and Natalya. So I actually like the pairing. I think this can help Natalya's personality. And at this point, it seems like they're killing the Tyson Kidd Natalya storyline to hype Tyson and Cesaro as a tag team, and I'm okay with that. I don't hate that. I'm okay with that. So you got a feud with the Bellas. I like it. You can kind of have a 4-way feud here, and hopefully Paige can get the damn title back. That'd be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd like Paige to get the title back, and then Charlotte to get called up. Charlotte versus Paige at Mania. That's best for business.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that. I was actually really shocked that Charlotte still has the title, too. I actually thought they were going to give it to Sasha Banks.
Well, it seemed like her quote-unquote debut was just to hype NXT R Evolution or whatever the name of the show was.
They did the same thing with the Ascension, too, when they debuted them on main event. So
exactly. So I was hoping to see Charlotte more. Again, like she seems like she has this built-in rivalry with Natalya, so maybe just maybe they'll have her start working with Paige, her former BFF. Am I mistaken? Right?
Yeah,
Paige,
definitely.
and Charlotte. So there's some history there. I'd look towards that direction in booking in that particular storyline. Excuse me.
Anything to put Paige on TV because, like I said, she hasn't been on in like forever. So
Yeah. And she's like the only one people care about. People don't care about the Bellas, no matter how much they want to dress them up and hype the stupid storyline. They just do not care about the Bellas. So I'm okay with what they're doing with that. And I'm Team Paige all the way when it comes to it. So I just hope that Paige's character continues to grow. And I don't think Total Divas is a bad thing for her. I think it's a good thing for her. So I certainly am optimistic that young Paige can flourish and have a good 2015, just like she had a strong 2014 when she debuted after WrestleMania. So I really do look forward to that. Looks like Haley froze up on us. Hopefully she can get back with us. Discussing some Raw, obviously. We talked about a lot of the low points and some minimal high points. One thing I wanted to talk about, I didn't get to see it much on. Actually, there's the ambulance match. That's probably coming up next. The ambulance match with Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. Hopefully, my co-host can get reacclimated here. And you know what? We're gonna put a pause for a second. Come right back. We're gonna talk about Dean Ambrose and Bray. Is he resetting? We're gonna talk about Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt in that ambulance match and. We'll discuss how that feud ended, and we'll talk about the rest of Raw. We'll talk about Miz and Mizdow and Naomi. We'll talk about the Blue Day and Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. And we'll, of course, talk about the atrocious main event segment. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be here Wrestling Throwdown. Come right back. Start off with the ambulance match and take it home from there. Here live on YouTube, Google Hangouts.